Hey, what's up, DD Hellfire? DD Hellfire? Is that right? Welcome. How you doing? Nice to see some new faces in the chat. Welcome to the stream. Yo, 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 it's Lorenzo. What's up, brother? Nice hanging with you last night. Did you manage to get your membership done? Grinding. Nice. Yeah, I thought I'd just jump in for a little pre-work stream. I've got a busy afternoon ahead of me. So this is my chill zone time. Oh, of course, Diablo Hell. What's up, bro? I saw you've been ripping it out Etherscape side. Welcome back. Nice to have you back. Lost Relics side as well. I just need to actually turn this my volume down a little bit. It's super loud. Have you guys managed to figure out Organdor yet? Just turn this down a little bit. I had a good session yesterday for my birthday. And yeah, I ended off the stream last night with my first 3 attempts at Organdor. And I managed to kind of figure it out. But you need quite a lot of orbs, right? It's not the kind of thing like you get a lot of practice with, because you can't just like back to back the guy. Oh, cool. Well, welcome back to Lost Relics, bro. Good to have you back here. I guess now we are in this scenario where like there's so much to choose from in terms of what to do that it can actually feel a little bit overwhelming. Like, should you be grinding expedition? Should you be doing shadow cores? Should you be, you know, not doing any of that stuff? Are you chasing down breach? There's the Titanfall seasonal stuff, which is also quite exciting. You've got the gathering side of life. There's just so much in the game right now. I think what I'm going to do is like do nothing actually. I'm just going to do adventures, stack my stones, and then like slowly start on the contract. I think gathering in Enchanted Isles is probably one of the ways to procure like legendary frags. Because what's cool about the shadow cores, you know, I've shattered quite a few of my items already that I haven't used for years. But if you get those legendary frags, you can actually get shatter core contracts. I think that's what they're called. And you can use those to basically boost your shadow core stores without necessarily breaking down an item. But you need those legendary frags. And they're not easy to find, nor do they come cheap. Well, depends. I suppose you could buy your way in. Or you could sit out of everything and just let the market kind of feed you engine as you sell your fragments. I feel like fragments are going to be a reasonable price this expedition, because a lot of people who played the previous one might decide to sit this one out in terms of the hard grind, but we'll see. I'm not entirely sure. I've got like valor tokens from my content creator role and all the boosts that you guys have been giving me, which is really cool. Shout out to everyone who has been boosting me in the social tab as their content creator. If you're not boosting me, you're welcome to help me get through this expedition. But yeah, the issue with that, the only bad thing about everyone boosting me is that I feel obliged to do the expedition, because that's the content, you know, that everyone wants to see. Alrighty. Yeah, it's gonna be a heck of a grind. I mean, what, we've got 117 days to do it. That's quite a lot of time. I might actually try something where I only open stuff at the end of the expedition. So like 117 days of just collecting, and then we can do like a big opening fest at the end. Obviously, opening though does get you fragments along the way, which is helpful for actually doing the expedition, especially now with the increased fragment price or the cost of contracts. Here I thought I had it covered with 510 frags, and then they're like, okay, cool, now you need 50 a week, not 30. It's like, whoa, a lot. Yeah, exactly. I actually think now, if you look at our weekly goals, it's almost easier to get purples. Maybe, I don't know why, I always feel like the blues are the hardest. Now we need like 60 blues a week, is it? No, wait, sorry, 30 blues a week instead of 20. It's a lot. Gonna have to come from somewhere. Yeah, I might have to do the thing where like, because I'm close to having all the fragments I need for like the tool and armor upgrades. I think I want to cover that gap first, and then the goal would then be to like anything extra. I would maybe either just get mythical triads, and then sell those for engine to buy fragments, you know, that kind of thing. So like you fund the expedition with its own resources, if that makes sense. Because otherwise I'm looking at Prime Forge shards just to shard up again, which I'm not sure I want to do, you know, because I worked pretty hard for the 2T Prime Forges. I guess that would just be like a luxury. DD says, with the amounts needed, might have to buy. Yeah, exactly. And he also says, I have no clue about other expeditions. I came back to game after a long break at the end of last expedition. So this is quite new for me. Hey, what's up, Juegos? Hey, friend. I hope you have a great day today and good luck on your adventures. Right back at you. Thanks for popping into the stream and dropping some love in the chat. Nice to have you here. Welcome. And to the other lurkers out there. We're just doing a little quick stream here, maybe for like an hour and a bit, just before I need to dive into some afternoon work. For those of you that don't know, I actually am an online guitar teacher. So I've got my own gamified guitar program. I teach guitar to basically kids and people of all ages, but it's got a bit of a gamified, like, adventure approach. You've got an avatar, you level up your skills, you basically work on songs, or I've got adventures that are kind of inspired by Lost Relics in a way. Like instead of Echoes of Time, I've got something called Fragments of Time, where you have to do like a time trial as you move around the guitar. So yeah, that's something I also do. I guess you guys have known me for a long time, but you didn't know that. So if any of you out there ever want to learn guitar, you must reach out. We can book you in. We can do international time zones, no problem. But anyway, so that's happening in like 2 hours. I've got 4 hours of teaching coming up, so I'm just hanging out a bit. Are you guys digging all the new music, by the way? I feel like the game feels much more adventurous. It's also pretty cool to change up your map because you're rewarded with a different like music theme, you know? So the whole map feels a bit different. Obviously the challenge is also a little bit different. Let me just focus here for a second. Things are getting a little bit crazy. Boom. Welcome to the stream if you've just joined. Nice to have you here. Nice to see the Lost Relics community is thriving again. It was pretty quiet between expeditions. I'm also guilty. I was playing a bunch of other games, just taking a break, exploring some other game mechanics. Like when I go play other games, it's usually not because I'm being disloyal or anything. It's just that when you play a, I've done 3 expeditions back to back. Like it's been a intense ride, you know. Sometimes it is nice to have a change of scenery, but it's actually obviously better if you just sit and chill and keep grinding. But it's always nice when your game gets a bit of a facelift. Goes from being, what feels predictable or monotonous because you're doing the same thing over and over, suddenly feels exciting and new. But hopefully that is not the only reason to play, you know? Like we've got lots of long-term, short-term goals now. This expedition also would have come sooner, but they just wanted to finish up, and like you said, or like they said in the article, that they're closing a chapter on their development in the sense that they're pretty happy with how the economy and the different options for players are set up now. There's lots of long-term things. I assume the Shadow Core thing will actually carry past the expedition, because that seems like quite a long-term goal, to acquire 200k Shadow Cores or even like 50k for like a triad. That's a lot of legendary fragments circulating, and a lot of items also being melted, you know. So yeah, I assume that will carry over. It'd be pretty crazy if you end of the season, you're supposed to have reached that 200k goal, and then they change it up. Maybe then it is the kind of thing where it's all limited. You can only get it now, which pushes you to have to invest a bit. So I'm not sure about that. I guess we'll have to see. Just ride it out. See if we can acquire some stuff. But I am sitting on, like 7.5k Shadow Core at the moment-ish. But I think I'm going to rather wait before I open anything and just do like a big opening all at once. Let's see how far we can get throughout the expedition, and then do like just roll the stash, basically. I keep forgetting to take my potions. Yeah, how are you guys feeling about the current updates? Have you had a go at Organdor yet? I did drop a video from my stream last night on the Creative Works channel on Discord. I know Joshi also dropped something. If you guys want some pre-tips, you can see how I failed twice and then figured it out on the third try, just with one weapon and the artifact. It's definitely doable. It's a challenge because you need to learn the mechanics. But I'm pretty excited because I think the encounter will get easier as you slowly unlock more artifacts and stuff. So that's quite cool to have like a seasonal reset, seasonal progression. I like that they've kind of like leveled the field there, coming down to players like choices and skill, not so much OP artifacts and forcing potion usage. I mean, it's still better to use potions in that battle against if you think about it, that battle can last a fair amount of time. And potions are a little bit cheaper now, but you're getting like 25,000 XP. So they've also doubled like the reward. Plus you've got like the ascending reward for Titanfall, so you can eventually get more chests and things. So I think it's good. It is good. You've got stuff to kind of look forward to across the board. Yeah, I think they've got like a few buggy things that are happening, but those are probably minor tweaks, you know. Overall, I think it's pretty smooth. You know, it's seldom they release an update and everyone's like, yeah, you know. Personally, I'm feeling like it's pretty good. Just don't forget to use your damn potions at the start of the adventure. The only thing I am a little worried about is how on earth I'm gonna make gold. I don't know how. I have no idea. Gold feels like super rare now. It's like one of the rarest currencies in the game. And it's literally only for membership, you know, or buying chests. Or keys, you know. So there's lots to consider now. It's a bit like you have to actually think about what the hell you're doing, what you're focusing on, and why. I mean, I suppose one way to get gold is still through the maps. But right now, if you're doing expedition, a lot of the contracts require you to gather. So it actually makes sense to go and do the maps. So what I might do, I think, to try and like split it up a bit, is to do like some of the maps that I need for the contract, and then sell some of them as well, just for some gold. What do you guys think? What's your... DD says, we just need to adapt to the changes. Personally, I was grinding A maps with 2 times with 1 potion setup. Now I just run 1 team map with a potion setup. Yeah, sure. I mean, obviously, there was that. It was more like a speed running kind of feel. But the potions were considerably more resource intensive. Although now, with the Nature's Gift cost being doubled, I guess it makes it more valuable to go to Enchanted Isles and actually like find resources. The resources do again feel more valuable, and what's great is you get more out of them. So if you find the raw resource, it's not 1-to-1 with the Nature's Gift. It's almost like the Nature's Gift is half as valuable as finding the actual resource, which I think that's a good change. Because as we saw before, we had a whole kind of season of testing it. the resources were not retaining their value. It's almost like the power of choice was more valuable over finding the actual resource, since that was randomized. I think in time, the market will adapt to these things. Yo, what's up, Argantus? Happy afternoon grind, bro. What's happening? We're just doing a little quick stream here before, like the before work stream. In between morning admin sessions. And this weekend, I'm actually going to be away. We're playing at a really cool festival called Fools and Fans. It's basically a 2-day beer fest. And it's going to be crazy. On the Friday night, they've got brewers, craft brewers and home brewers from all over the country coming to like showcase their beers. And it's completely free. Friday night, you just get to drink everyone's beer and taste all kinds of cool concoctions for free. And then on the Saturday, and also, I mean, my band will be playing. We're doing a Saturday kind of afternoon kind of rock show vibe at the festival. So that'll be pretty fun. And there's just beers all day. And then, so Friday night is home brewers. And then on the Saturday, they've got like all the actual commercial, well, the big breweries that have made it still in like, I guess, the craft brew and beer community. But they're more like established. And you can like drink some award-winning beer on the Saturday. So it is one hell of a party. And I mean, we're sitting in like pretty still summer, like summer going into autumn a bit. So it's going to be a hell of a weekend. So I probably won't be online for the weekend. You guys are going to jump ahead of me. I'm going to have to play catch up. Let's change it up. Let's go check out the mines. Yeah, I guess, look, we are running maps a little bit slower now. Tiny bit slower, but yeah. I mean, personally, I feel like my loop hasn't really changed. One nice change is that I feel more motivated to want to go deeper in Descending Nightmares, even though that's slower on Breach. If you were someone who grinded Breach up, now you can actually attain that extra bonus epic frag if you've got like thousands of keys. I mean, that is a nice incentive to buy in with some Luneri and actually just like, have some keys stocked up, have some Luneri stocked up, support the game, and then play. So I don't think that's a bad thing. I know a lot of players are like, pay to play, pay to earn or whatever. But it's optional. You don't have to do that content. It's fine. The game is great. Even if you don't do Breach or you don't do Descending Nightmares, like, it's totally cool. Like, the adventure loop is great, And you can literally, if you think about it, like, the adventure and the map and how to attain gold that way. That's kind of how we used to play Lost Relics in the first 4 to 5 years of its lifespan. It was just all about resources and gold, right? And hoping to get a drop. So you can still play that exact same style and game. And then the new modes are for an elevated experience that, players are either willing to grind for or pay for. So, I don't know if you noticed in the article, they did say something that kind of was just a one sentence. They were like, it's a challenging space to be in. And they're very happy to still be kicking, A lot of the other games, like I still remember 9 Lives Arena. That game, I actually thought looked quite nice. And I mean, they had to just bring in some more mechanics and things, but they couldn't keep the servers running. They just weren't. The game was not sustaining itself. So I do think it is important to have these fun little optional buy-ins for players. Maybe in time they can find like a more internationally friendly price. Maybe that's something they could look at. I mean, if they bring the prices down of the boxes, they're just making less money, you know. It is also a premium game in the sense that we're all here because we can earn, you know, valuable items and sell them. You know, you don't really get that in other grindy games. You just so maybe it should be more pricey for that reason. I guess they came from the point where it was like, um, you know, more free, and then we had a lot of people coming in and just like playing and leaving, playing and leaving, playing and leaving. So now we've got more of like a tight community, people who actually play the game. I think it's gonna be, I think it's gonna be okay. And they're working towards a big Steam release at the end of the year. I mean, that's gonna be huge. I mean, Epic Games already did quite a few nice things for the game. We had lots of new players coming in because of that. And I guess they also have to monitor their server stability and capacity. Maybe right now they're getting away with a server that works for the current player base. They might have to upgrade servers and stuff. I mean, I don't even know how that stuff works. I mean, do you remember ages ago they were talking about that 100K waiting list? Like, what was that about? 100K on the waiting list. We definitely don't have 100,000 players here. Do we? Or do they have like multiple servers? There's like servers of the DJs that have been banned. They all just play on that server together so they can still play. Like, I wonder how they do it. And I like they're being honest about co-op to manage expectations. Co-op will just be a fun, like, game mode. I've always thought it'll be that. It won't be full MMO co-op experience, run around with your friends, you know, screwing around in town with emojis. It'll just be like, hey, are you keen to do a bit of co-op? Let's jump in on a co-op adventure to social vibes and then get back to the grind. You know, it's like, I also wonder like how is that going to be rewarding, or will it be the kind of thing? I mean, if we look at our current system, you're probably going to need a co-op key, something like that. Or maybe it'll be like Valdrith Highlands. You can earn a co-op arena token or something. So it means, you know, maybe you have to have achieved something in the game already. So it kind of puts players on a similar level. Maybe co-op will be something like Titan Forge. Like there's an arena, and the more you do co-op, you slowly upgrade your like co-op gear for a season or something. That could also be quite cool. A bit like Dark and Darker. It's also, they wipe the whole server every season. So all of your loot, everything, all your gold, it's just a hard reset. And then, yeah, people still love that game. So I think we'll have a little combination of both. Yeah, exciting. And then come end of year, we're going live on Steam. That's huge. Full steam ahead. One thing I'm interested in this like shadow core system. Like, obviously there's a natural barrier, right? We've got the barrier of item availability, the fact that one man's trash is another man's treasure, right? So like, for me, finding a legendary sword is trash for me. But someone else, if they don't have a legendary sword, it's like proper treasure, right? So we have that scenario where maybe if someone is holding on to that same legendary sword, like me, I'll shatter it down, but then someone else wouldn't even want to sell that sword because that's like their best item. So we have that natural barrier of like items not being available to trade. And even if you just wanted to go and buy a bunch of items to shatter them down, I think we're going to hit some hard barriers there. So we will kind of go back to, a few items will become more valuable because some of us will be going into the shadow core system quite like loosely. Like I shattered so many items, man. Moonlit Valors, I shattered Amulets of Deathly Howls, I shattered Doomsday Cranium. I shattered so many items that I'm just like, ugh, I'm not going to use this. I've already committed to being a sword wielder. Magic is secondary. Anything that's taking up like an artifact slot, I'm like, I can't afford to use these items, Shattered. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens with that. That's got to be a long-term goal. I just don't know, I don't know how sustainable it is unless it's just the legendary fragments. They're the only ones that actually circulate. Everything else, it's more like it's rewarding. Like, say I find a legendary item now, I'm like, yes, I can shatter it, right? It gives us a bit of joy for players who are into the Shadow Core system. So you better hope we don't find items, because we're just gonna break them down. But then I guess it's also good for the newbies, because their weapons will be more valuable, because there'll be less of them around. I think it is a good system. What do you guys think? I just need some damn gold. I'm already on, what's it, day 30 of membership. I haven't really acquired any bonds, any gold. I don't know how I'm gonna do this, man. Might just have to do tons and tons of adventures. I assume Nightmare Vaults will go down in price now that they're like a little bit easier to do. Although they're not like easier because they're more expensive. So if you do them quickly, you're just putting yourself in a bigger Lunary hole, right? Yeah. 25 DNA, I mean, Lunary is like, you're only getting 4 keys now. So technically, could you do 7 floors of a... How can vaults go down in price? No, well, technically they shouldn't. They definitely shouldn't go down in price. Because, yeah, like now, 25 Lunary, I mean, what is that? How much is Lunary? About 80k? 100? So you're looking at about 16, 20k or so. No, you're probably right. You're probably right, Argantus. Make it unplayable. Breach will just be like a rich man's game, bro. A rich man's game. That's the part I'm skeptic about. The shattering part, there's not enough info about to be fully clear. Also, the top tier players will destroy legendary items that are useless for them and supply. No, exactly. That's what I was saying. I literally have done that. I mean, whatever's remaining, I mean, I guess we're cannibalizing the items. But who knows? Maybe they will create another system that's like, here you can see all the shattered items from years past. Like, anything that's been shattered by anyone ever, maybe could be like reborn, like weapon rebirth. So then you can use Shadow Core either to remake weapons that have been shattered, an artifact, so it becomes like its own like graveyard, like a artifact graveyard, and you can bring them back. I don't know, man. Exactly, Argantus. DJing gamblers who don't even care about losing time and money. I don't know, man. We'll go a lot down. What newbies would get if supply is empty? Well, I mean, they've obviously got their soulcraft weapons. But yeah, that's one way to, like, you know, once you've passed a certain section, you could literally destroy all your items, right? Like, Winds of Ash, legendary bow, right? Love that bow. That bow got me through, like, hell. I haven't shattered it, but I could. But that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe if you think about it, yes, we're decreasing the supply right now, but just because we have a decreasing supply, why wouldn't there be a forging system where you can increase the supply again, but only from items that are shattered? So we never go past the total supply, the original total supply. It might be something like that. And, you know, this is just very hard speculation on my part. Maybe you heard it first here. But maybe that's the kind of thing, like, you can only reforge a weapon that has been shattered by the community. So imagine it becomes like a ghost graveyard, almost like a ghost emporium, like heavenly emporium. You can see, oh wow, you know, 10 moonlit valors have been shattered or whatever. You can try reforge the supply. Then you've got like a proper looping system. But again, I don't know. That's like an idea I just had right now. I don't think I don't know about that. So then it becomes like the good versus the evil. You've got the reforges, you got the shatter people. But it could work, because then you've got a constant like pendulum of like values fluctuating, and I guess they won't actually change that much unless there's like a huge exodus and somehow everyone finds the same item valueless and they just shatter a bunch of them. But yeah, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Yo, that was a slow run. It's 'cause I'm talking a lot. Talmud feels so friendly. So nice and friendly. Alright, we'll do Blackened Mines again. Alrighty. Back in the zone. Okay, let's actually use our potions here for change. I will probably switch over to elite potions. And also we've got the kiln, the forge kiln, where you can swap in your sigils, which is kind of cool, especially for those items that are like worthless and you can't really sell them. Maybe that's a better way to use that thing. Either stuff you don't use, but like maybe the items that just literally don't move on the market, you go send them to the kiln. So, you know, the more market knowledge you have, the more you can optimize your your stash. And in a way, it's kind of nice to like have a clean stash. It's something you can actually manage. Oh, did Capoeira get Riot Medallion? That's crazy. Don't tell me. Have you guys opened any of your Shadowfest orbs? Or Argantus, did you have you tried that yet? Nope. I'm kind of like scared to do it, but I feel like what? Not melting my items. You're the one who said let's go. Melt, melt, melt. I've been melting so many. Uh-huh. Yo, 10% chance to gain frenzy. If I was to use that with my crit as well, that would be a pretty cool combo. Look, I could, for fun, if you guys want, just for the test, we could, I mean, I don't know how many items or how many Shadowfest orbs Caprera opened. I mean, I'm scared to open one and then you literally just get gold coins or something. That would be bleak. I do think it's the kind of thing, it's like you have to do lots, you know? I mean, he obviously got lucky on very little. Because they didn't post any percentages for those orbs, the Shadowfest orbs. Hello, welcome. Thank you for the follow, stranger. Make some noise in the chat. What's happening? Nice to have you here. Make some noise. Oh, here he comes as Diablo Hell. He's like shape-shifting here. Come to watch on Twitch. You guys like ads? Nice. Yeah, YouTube, you don't get any ads. I don't think. Not yet. But it's fine. You'll be surprised. These ads actually do add up over time for the stream. Obviously, subscriptions are better. But what'll happen is I will actually get a little mini payment from Twitch sometime. Which will be cool. Maybe I'll just blow it on some Luneri or something. Or something else. Maybe I'll go like buy myself some shoes or take D out for some lunch. I don't know. You know? Credit it to Twitch. Like, no, I'm not paying my rent from my gaming. Not yet. That would be, yo, imagine that. Pay your rent. I'm playing from live streaming. Dope. One day, guys, come on. Make my dream come true. Your slow is brutal. Oh, nice. You can cleanse yourself while in morph, and it doesn't demorph you. Good to know. What's up, Matt? How you doing, bro? Welcome. Afternoon. Yes, it is. Is it afternoon for you as well? Very nice. Always forget that we're a similar time zone. See, we're all working very hard. Okay, I've got a question. Where do you get blank portal scrolls? How do you get those? That is a question I have that I don't have the answer for. one of the NPCs that let you swap fragments for portal scrolls or something. What? Level 2 Terror Descent only. Whoa. I didn't know that, bro. That's very helpful. Thank you. Okay, let's have a look. How are we doing on these goals here? Let's have a look. I'll do Echoes of Time, produce stuff. I'm not too worried about this. I'll probably take my time with the expedition stuff. Just hack away at it slowly. We're moving towards this epic frag, yeah. And then defeating monsters. I guess that's it. Going for the blue and the epic. This is probably not going to happen for me. I just don't have the keys. And I don't have the levels. This will be something maybe next expedition if it still sticks around. And then Organdor, we'll get there. We'll get there slowly. Right. Back to adventures. Let's go to Mount. Welcome if you've just joined. Good to have you here. You're on the Nightshade stream with Argantus, Diablo Hell, Juegos Blockchain, Lorenzo, and Matt640. And whoever else is lurking out there. Yeah. No, Descending Nightmares is more like it's a treat now. Yeah, you're doing it. Might be better to grind Terror Descent, even if you just do floor 1 for free over and over. The only thing about that is it's not really for free because it still costs you playtime, right? And playtime is now coming at... What is the price? How much are Lunary bonds right now? Someone give me the dirt. Let's figure out the grind curve. Yeah, I think I started the process of wanting to do that. So I need to do like 133 more level 1s. I mean, it's boring, but it's chilled as well, you know, it's not like super intense or anything. And you do get lots of mushrooms, which are completely useless. So yeah, what have they changed that? Do you still get mushrooms? Yeah, we're back to a scenario where there's some resources that yeah, exactly, like that's the other thing, like you can rather play an adventure and get some enchanted stones and be in a gold positive, you know. You just gotta start from scratch. I mean, well, at least I do. This idea of gold positive, I don't think it exists. Oh, you bastard. I can't stand these bomber dudes, man. I think that is a crash. No, game crash. Why would that happen? Let me just check something here. Something reactivate here. Yeah, I know what it is. It's literally... Oh, it's so annoying. I know what it is. It's what... Yeah. So the stream's still going, which is interesting. So... It's so lame. All right, we'll just jump back in. Just hold that thought. So I know exactly what happens. It is... So Windows security. Windows has this thing that runs all the time. Real-time protection, right? And I mean, my laptop is old now, and obviously Windows has like updated quite a lot. But the amount of software it requires to run, you get all this like bloat, and it basically creates a memory leak, especially when you're playing a game. So when real-time activates, it has these like spikes um, in the usage, which is just ridiculous. And I don't know why. It doesn't really happen on other games. Um, or does it? It could also be because I'm streaming at the same time. That does take more processing power, and I think I'm just splitting it up a little bit too much. So it is pretty risky for me to be streaming. Fuego says no. Yeah, this is the only thing. You see, I'm worried about doing deep descending nightmare runs, with potion stacks, and then you just get wrecked. Let's see if we can reload here. Sometimes it'll crash the stream as well, which that did not happen this time. Hmm. All right, let's try reload. I thought I did. That was being slow now. Normally when this starts happening, I actually just need to restart, but let's see. We'll roll the dice. Luckily, it's only an adventure. Just lost some consumables and some potions. I think that's it. I think we'll be okay. I might have to do all my descending nightmare runs like off stream just to be to be more sure about it. All right, let's go. Man, we had a cool stream going last night. I don't know if you guys tuned in. It was me, Lorenzo, and Hidden Hero. We had like a cross chat going on the Talmuth table. And anyone out there who's actually a streamer sitting in the chat, I know Lorenzo is there. Yeah, he's there. Argantis, I know we kind of did that a little bit together a while back when time allows. But we should try do it more often. I think it's cool for the stream. It's cool for whoever's listening. It's also easier for the streamers um, to kind of feed off each other's vibe and conversation. That just makes the whole experience more fun for everyone. So we must definitely look at doing more collabs like that. That was cool. Mm. Mm. All right, and let's. Ooh, I'm all out of Chimera Trout. Tisk, tisk. Let's go. Back to mount. Also, let me try something here with the settings. I'll just go like. I should actually be full screen, and then let's go like down one. Like. See if that helps. Make sure we're still live. Yep. Oh, Oops. All that thoughts. Let's see. Shift this around. There we go. It should be good. Why is that now off the screen? Hold up. Something's not right. Just squeeze everything in. Boom. All right, cool. Let's try that. That's why it was off center again. Okay. Continue. So that's 0.7 chance for the Fragment Island scroll. Now you know how lucky you are when you get one. There's also some new potions with amber grapes. Maybe they had some other potions planned for those resources. They just didn't include them. Those might be coming out still as like a minor. Oh. You bastard. I notice sometimes these minor abilities, they like lag after a dodge roll. They don't trigger. Oh. Almost grabbed another snack there. Alright, let's go back this way. So yeah, I would probably be using more potions if I had them. I'm just a little bit like strapped for resources. I sold a bunch of stuff just to get like, what, I'm only sitting on 200 Luniri right now. So now it's the grind for membership, right? That's like the loop I'm in right now. And it's a tough one to beat. I need to check those Luniri bond prices. Cool. Grave Walkers definitely jump further than they ever have. I think they jump further. Looks like it. So you guys also just mostly playing adventures right now? Do you feel like that is the most kind of sustainable gameplay? Yo, what's up, Dr. Green? What's happening, brother? Are you back in Lost Relics, or are you still grinding at Six Dragons there? I know you recently got Six Dragons membership. Terrible time. Terrible timing there to get him on the stump. Whoa. Ow. Oh. Man. He's got the double smash. Just a wee bit of stones. Building up the stones again, man. No. Running out of resources. Back to the mines. Or Kraken. Which ones do I have to do for this? Mines, Mount, or Iron Door. Okay, well. Mines it is. I wonder if that weekly goal will change. Maybe it'll go to like other maps around the world. Or if it'll always be transcendent. What if it's like a legendary map? Maybe some weeks will be easier than others. That'll be interesting. But I play more Six Dragons now because there are more drops for the market. Ah. I play Relics on the way. In Relics, there are not so many drops of 10, 20, 100, but I play them for 2 hours a day. What? Ah, okay, cool. Alright, nice. Yeah, Six Dragons is cool. I do like it. I think the only thing I don't like, and I've said this a few times on stream, is that obviously when you're in a dungeon, it's fine, but the open world gets super laggy sometimes. I think their idea for scale is just too big. Everything's just too big. Like, if their map was less than half the size, like 100 square kilometers, or even 50 square kilometers, I think that was the same size as Far Cry 2. You know, in scale. And that map was also still huge, you know? Be more than enough. Or have some method of, like, loading the game in a way that, like, doesn't completely just break down on itself. Either that, or you need, like, this top-of-the-range rig to play a game that, like, you know, the mechanics don't match the graphics requirements, if you know what I mean. I feel like they could optimize there somewhere. But what do I know, man? What do I know? Oh! That's why I don't have any fish. Silly moves like that. Dr. Green says yes, it's great, but it eats the graphics, and I can't choose, bro. I live by playing, so I have to do what pays off right now. Ah, okay, got you, got you. There you go, dude. So are you forging stuff in Six Dragons for the market? So you'll like find a recipe, and then you still have to actually get the raw materials to forge it, and then you still need to actually uh, convert it with Celestial to a blockchain item, and then sell that. Right? If I got the steps correct in Six Dragons. It is kind of cozy and chilled in its own way. Spells are cool as well. But yeah. Trying to figure out what is slowing me. Something on this map hits you with a slow. I don't actually know what it is. Is it the spiders? Or the rog? Okay. I think it might be the little spiders. It makes sense. Also, my staff has got chill on it. There's a 7% chance to chill, so I wonder if it would synergize nicely with some of those new artifacts. But I don't really have a magic build, you know. Since I'm shattering items here, so I'm part of the dark side, decreasing the supply. Alrighty. Let's have a look here. Stones. Alright, but we made it over 300. We got 300 stones. What's that? 15, maybe 15 maps? That's still a lot. I assume with more people coming back, that bonds will get a little bit cheaper. What? 100k for a bond? Are you joking, man? What the hell is going on? Doesn't make sense. Ooh, it doesn't make sense. That's a lot. So we need 1.8 million gold. What are we gonna do? I don't even know how I'm supposed to get to that. 1.8 million gold. And everyone's selling maps, so maps are going down in prices, although they shouldn't, because they're worth more. What are we gonna do? 1.8 million. Let me check something out here. Doing some disgusting maths here. Are they going up even more? What the? 1.8 million divided by what? How many maps would you have to sell? 300 maps. It doesn't seem possible. No, you're looking at, yeah, just to sell maps. That doesn't make sense, guys. We're looking at, let me just do that again. 1.8 million. 1.8 million divided by 6,000 gives you 300 maps, and you need 20. Oh, this is for stones. Okay, you need 6,000 stones a month, right? And then divide that by T adventure runs. That's 375 runs per month. Divide that by 30 days. You need to do at least 13 runs. At least 13 runs a day in T adventures, and sell all your maps at the current rate, which means you need to double that output. That is intense. It's not that bad, but you're looking at needing to do like 25 times 16 times 30. Yeah. If you double that output, you'll be on 12,000 stones. Divided by 20. That's 600 maps. Yeah, that's a lot. It's a lot of grind, guys. You better get sweaty out there. Anyway, legends, thank you so much for jumping in for a quick stream with me. That was just a quick little afternoon thing. I'm gonna go organize some lunch and just kind of get into a zone before I dive into my 4 hours of teaching. Thanks for tuning in. Quick shout out to all the lurkers out there. Let's see who it is. Why is this? Yeah. Lagging. Weird. Showing me pop-ups. I don't care about these pop-ups. No, I don't want to ban Diablo Hell. Go back. Wow. The overlay is busted. I can't even see who's in the chat. So anyone who did speak, Fried Zombie, Diablo Hell, Gantus, Dr. Green Sir, and then of course Diablo Hell again, watching on both YouTube and Twitch. Amazing. Juegos, Blockchain, shout out to you. Matt640 as always. And who else popped in here? Was that everyone? I think that's everyone. Oh, Lorenzo, of course. I know you've been sitting there listening in. Thank you so much for keeping me company on the grind. And also a quick shout out to everyone who is still boosting me as their favorite creator over here. You know, Nightshade is the best, right? You can go. I'm just kidding. You can go and give me a little boost if you want. A confidence boost. All right. Much love, guys. Have a good one. Good luck out there. Get the loot. I'll see you at the next one. Cheers.